In this video, we're going to look at topic 22, example 2, a system of inequalities from a graph. So we're asked what system of inequalities is shown in the graph. And to do this, we want to look at four things similar to the previous problem, right? And what we did in the last example, we're looking for slope, we're looking for y-intercept. We need to decide greater than or less than, whether it's shaded above or below, and we need to look at whether it is a dotted or solid line. Okay, so we'll start with the blue line. And we know that we're going to have something, sorry about that, where y and x, we're going to keep these in y equals mx plus b form. So first thing, let's look at the y-intercept, just to keep our life nice and simple. That's a positive 4, so we know it's going to be x plus 4. Then we want to look for the slope. So from here, we can pick any point we want, but let's say we pick this point here. To go from one point to the other, we would go down 1, and then right 1. So our slope would be, or rise over run. Let's write that. Our rise over run for this example would be down 1 or negative 1, and run 1 right. So that tells us that we have a slope of negative 1, and we can put that in front of the x value. Now for the blue section, if I draw something from the line into the shaded region, my arrow points up. So that tells me that this is above, which means greater than. And then there is a solid line, so we want to put the equal bar underneath that symbol. So we'll just rewrite this a little bit neater, move that over. So we would wind up with y is greater than or equal to negative 1x plus 4 for our blue line, or blue inequality, we'll say. Now for the red one, let's start with the same idea, right? We're going to have a y value. It's going to be greater than or less than something x, and then we have to figure out what the y-intercept, slope, and the inequality symbol is. So we'll start the same way with the y-intercept, which is going to be 3. So that'll be an x plus 3. Now the slope this time, I'm going to continue going left to right. I'm going to pick this point here. It's on the grid. So this time, my rise and my run. So I'm rising up 2. So 2 spots here. So rise 2, and then we're going to run 1. So 2 over 1, or just 2 as our slope. If I draw an arrow from my dotted line into the shaded region, that arrow goes down. So that means it's less than. So that y is less than 2x plus 3. And since it's a dotted line, I'm going to leave it as is. I'm not going to put the equal bar. All right, so that equal bar symbol underneath the inequality symbol is only if it's a solid line. Now, one of the things you want to keep in mind when you're looking for slope, you don't always have to pick the points that are right next to each other. Let's say instead, for the blue line, let's say I'd use this point here, our original y-intercept, and maybe I skipped that first point and thought, there's a point here. All right, if I go from my y-intercept to there, I'm going down 3, and I'm running 3. So if I were to write that as negative 3 over 3, that still reduces to negative 1. So you don't want to feel like you always have to pick the perfect point. Any points along your line will do. All right, once you reduce the fraction, your rise over run, you'll still get the same slope value. Okay, so there are multiple options for those. Let's just put that point back in there so we have it. And that's pretty much it. So the four things, again, you're looking for: solid or dotted line, so you know if you have the equal bar or not, whether it's shaded above or below, and that'll give you the greater than or less than. Then look for your y-intercept and use your rise and run to find your slope. And that's it.